right, so today is triangle sum theorem, page 62. We are still working with angles. However, today our angles will be in the form of triangles. Today our angles will be in the form of triangles. In a triangle, how many angles are there? Because it's called tri, and tri stands for 3. Okay. You should have a green piece of paper. You can draw on it first. I understand some of you really are hesitant if I say just do it. Right? You're worried you'll make a mistake. I want you to cut out a triangle. Now I want the triangle to be pretty big. I don't want a itsy bitsy tiny microscopic triangle.
Oh, I could do that.
But any triangle, if you want to do a right triangle, that's fine, and your partner wants to make a scalene triangle, that's fine. Or you want to make a isosceles triangle. Like, again, it does not matter what your triangle looks like. Here's my triangle. Does it have to be a triangle? Yes. Is it a triangle? Does it have 3 corners? Does it have 3 sides? Does it have 3 angles? Then you're good. And I'm going to kind of put it to the right side of my paper, because I'm going to put some information on the left-hand side. And once your triangle has been created, very carefully, I want you to hold it on your paper and trace the outline. Once you've put your triangle on your paper, my triangle in the middle of my paper, no, the top of my paper. And the triangle sum theorem is this. The sum, what does sum mean?
The addition.
The answer to it adding. So if I add the sum of all 3 angles in a triangle. So if I have a triangle, by definition, a triangle has 3 angles, correct? If I add all 3 angles, the sum of all 3 angles in a triangle equals 180 degrees. Doesn't matter what the triangle looks like. Everybody's triangles look different, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Everybody's triangles are different. But every single triangle that we created, if I add up all of the angles, I will get a measurement of 180 degrees. Here's my proof. Are you ready? Put your triangle in here, and we're going to label each corner. I don't care which vertex is what, but one of them is going to be A, one of them is going to be B, and one of them is going to be C. The algebraic way, the mathematical way, instead of in words, if I was going to say this in math, it would be the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C equals 180 degrees. That's the algebraic or the mathematical way of saying that, right? That means the sum of all three angles in a triangle equals 180 degrees. Same thing, where I'm saying the measure of A plus the measure of B plus the measure of C, the angles, if I add them together, I get 180 degrees. And I'm going to prove it to you. Are you ready?
Yes.
This part takes a little bit of finesse, so please take your time. Watch how I do it. I'm going to cover up A with my thumb, and I'm going to tear it off, because I want the letter A to be in that angle that I just tore off. I'm going to do the same thing to B, put my thumb over it, and tear it off. And C, and tear it off. I'm going to glue this back in here, my middle part of my triangle, just so that I have a spot for it.
Oh, I see it. I see it. See what? I don't.
I'm going to go back in and label, because angle A fit right there, right? So I'm going to put angle A right there. Angle B was up top, so I'm going to put angle B. And angle C was right here, so I'll put angle C. So I've got my three angles, right? I just tore my angles off. I took them apart.
Oh, jeez.
Maddie, what do you know about 180 degrees?
That it's a straight line.
That 180 degrees makes a straight line. You're right. Can you arrange your three angles so they make a straight line? Because if I add them together, if I add my angles together, I get 180 degrees, which is a straight line. Can you put these together to make a straight line? You can. Are you ready? Watch. Let's put them back where they belong. Here we go. If I take angle A and I put it down, it's straight, right? But my angle measurement isn't, I mean, it's acute. It's not 180 degrees. If I take angle B, it can line up. Now together, when I add them together, does it make a straight line yet? No, it makes an obtuse angle, right? But if I take angle C and I put it in there, does it make a straight line? So that's proving to you that all three angles in a triangle, no matter what your triangle looks like, if you add the three angles together, it makes a straight line. So I'm going to glue them down right here. So that's the proof. Lots of times you say why. This is why. If I take all three angles and I put them together, I add them together, I get a straight line. Right there. There's my proof. So, of course, it's not that easy. Right? I mean, like, your homework's not going to be cutting out triangles and tearing off their angles and lining them up.
I wish.
Your homework is going to be algebra themed.
Oh, no.
Meaning, you know two angles, can you figure out the third angle?
That's easy. Oh, that's easier than I thought. It's still kind of difficult, but easier.
Right? So, like, I mean, like, it's algebra, right? It's inverse operations. Instead of adding, we're going to be subtracting, right? So, I mean, we're doing inverse operations. Some of them are going to be super duper easy. I'm not going to say super duper hard. I'll say medium. So let's practice. So I'm going to draw a triangle. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Everybody's triangle is going to look a little bit different. But everyone will have the same degrees. (76 degrees, 55 degrees, and y degrees. So, I mean, if I was going to ask you to write the equation, what would the equation look like? Sam?
55 plus 76 minus 180. Wouldn't it be 180 minus 55 plus 76?
Okay. Give me the equation. Angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals 180 degrees. 55 degrees plus 76 degrees
Plus y.
plus y degrees equals 180 degrees. Now you're right. To solve it, you do the inverse, right? You subtract. Instead of 55 plus 76 plus y equals 180, I'm going to do 180 minus 76 minus 55. So what does y equal?
49.
And just to prove you, I'm going to show all my work, right? 55 plus 76 is 131 degrees. I combined like terms. I subtracted 131. So y equals 49 degrees. You're right. Easy. The rule is a triangle, the sum of the angles equals 180. That's the rule. We proved it by tearing off the angles and putting them in a line. Yep. All right, so let's do like a medium style problem. So 2x plus 10 degrees (28 degrees) and 28 degrees. 2x plus 10 degrees, 28 degrees, 28 degrees. I mean, it's the same setup, right? It's a triangle. And we know that all three angles in a triangle have a sum of 180 degrees.
Yeah.
So I'm going to add 28 degrees plus 28 degrees plus 2x plus 10 degrees. And it's always going to equal 180 degrees because that's the rule. All three angles in a triangle make a straight line. Let's simplify first. Combine like terms. What goes together? 28 plus 28 plus 10, right? 28 plus 28 plus 10 is 66. I'm not done yet. What else is on that side? And it's positive, so I'm going to put a plus, right? Equals 180 degrees. Then, inverse operations, get rid of your constant first. $2x equals 180 minus 66 degrees is 114 degrees. Keep going. Am I done? Divide by 2. Gabe, what do you get? X equals 57 degrees, right? But here's my question to you. If it said solve for X, are you done? Did you solve for X?
Yes.
What if it said find the missing angle? If it says find the missing angle, are you done?
No.
No. I solved for X. X is 57 degrees. To find the missing angle, I have to take it one more step. What do I have to do to find the missing angle, Kalia? Substitute the X with 57. So 2 times 57 degrees plus 10 degrees. What's 2 times 57 degrees? 114 degrees plus 10 degrees. What's my missing angle? So you have to read carefully. What if it says solve for X? Did you solve for X? What if it says find the missing angle?
No, you did not finish.
You have to make sure you take it a step further to find the missing angle.